Hey everybody, and Chef here, but I just wanted to talk about the whole Activision Microsoft acquisition thing, because I'm seeing a ton of things go around about it, and I'm no lawyer. I don't know the back and forths of it, but I can tell you a couple things for certain. Is it's been less than 24 hours as of recording this, and I'm looking at my phone at some of the stuff here, but I've been seeing a lot of back and forth news, like a lot of well, this is gonna, or that's definitely gonna happen. But I think a lot of people are overthinking it. Yes, it is definitely one of the biggest acquisitions or changes in entertainment history, like purchases, I guess. But I don't think it's really gonna be as dramatically impactful as everyone thinks. I think it's gonna have some impacts here and there, yeah, but one sec. Okay. Now I have, obviously this is from their standpoint, which as much as you could say it's biased because it's Microsoft saying this, you could also say it's a little bit trustworthy because they're the one that put in the money to do this. Now, here's the thing. I know that it's kind of died out, but I don't think the console wars will ever fully die out, okay? I think it's very much going to just do its own thing, run its own course, and eventually one of them will stop making consoles. I definitely think there will be a peak where we will hit a point where they've just done what they can with them, and then we get no more new game consoles, because really, how much more can we get? Because you look at the jump from where games started with the Atari and where they are now, and it's that's phenomenal. They can keep pushing this, but they really can't. Because there's also a point where things are too realistic. Look at, I can't even remember. There's a game coming out that's a body cam footage game, and that's too realistic to the point where it's made people uncomfortable. So there's very clearly a line that you can't cross with realism. I love beautiful graphics as much as the next guy. I almost make my computer explode on a daily basis playing Minecraft, just to make the water look pretty. But no, here's the thing. Everyone's blowing it way out of proportion, because I've seen some people who are guessing that it's going to wipe Call of Duty and Overwatch and whatever else they own off of the system, and I don't think that's true. Because although it is a different company, if you look at it from a business perspective, for them to take Call of Duty off of PlayStation would be a stupid move. Because if they own Activision, whenever Activision makes money for someone purchasing Call of Duty or a DLC or a skin pack or whatever, it's going to go back to Microsoft. In some way, some form or another, it's going to. So why would they wipe off that revenue? I've seen people say that Microsoft's going to put all the Call of Duty games on the Game Pass, which, as someone who owns an Xbox and a PlayStation, that'd be dope with, but it doesn't mean I'm going to delete Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4 or Cold War off of my PlayStation for that sake. It doesn't mean that I won't buy another Call of Duty again. I didn't plan on doing it anyway, to be honest with you. I think Call of Duty's been kind of going down the drain, especially now with the Boys update and Warzone with their superpowers. Getting off track, but I think it would be ridiculous. And I've seen people say that the fall of Sony and PlayStation is going to be because these games are going to Game Pass. No one's going to want to buy PlayStation anymore. People are only going to want to buy Xbox. That's not true, because we have things like Spider-Man and God of War, where, you know, they've talked about still doing it, and if they do continue the series, which, you know, I feel like we've definitely heard if we do before, before 3, before Ascension, before 2018, not before 3, but regardless, PlayStation still has backing, okay? It's not it's the be-all, end-all of the system. And another key point of that is that they are dropping Call of Duty onto the Switch as well. Why would they put it on something like the Switch just to take it off PlayStation? That's not going to happen, because I've seen people vouch that maybe they'll take it off PlayStation too. I doubt it, because like I said a couple minutes ago, is if they own Activision and Activision is putting it on this console, like, they're going to make money off of it. Even if Sony makes some money too, they probably could care less because they're also making the money. You see what I'm saying? Like, it just wouldn't make any sense. Do I think there might be a flock of people going to Xbox for the Game Pass? Yes. But I don't think it's going to be that, like, a race of Sony, you know? Like, annihilation of it. I think it's going to be a gestational period where, like, you definitely see an influx in people playing Xbox, but I don't think it's going to be, like, a permanent thing. I think PlayStation's doing fine. It's going to do fine. I, as of now, haven't seen anything on Sony, like, replying or responding about this. I'm sure they will. Again, as of recording this, it's been less than 24 hours, so there's still time. But they're probably not even as worried as some people are. Like, I could care less. Granted, I play both systems, but, like, it's not like I'm gonna... The second this happens, let's kick in some imagination here. Let's say that upon this, Xbox is like, hey, Game Pass owners, are you ready for this? And they drop every Activision title on the system onto the Game Pass. Activision, Blizzard, whatever. All of them directly on the Game Pass. I'm not gonna unplug my PS5 and PS3 and dump them in the trash because of it. Excellent example, by the way, that I just thought of. PS3. No longer getting games. No longer getting support. Like, barely hanging onto the internet. And I still play it actively. Like, tons of people still play it actively. Nobody cares. And they only care in the moment because, again, it is one of the biggest things to happen in entertainment history. But it's not going to make as drastic of a change as I think people think it will or expect it to. I think it's going to be very, in the beginning, like, hey, we're doing this, we're adding this to that. And another thing, I haven't seen a ton of people say this, but I've seen it, like, I saw it on Facebook earlier, which, of course, the height of true information is, I saw a post, I can't remember what it was. It was one of those hundreds of journalists, gaming journalist things out there, that said there's a possibility of the increase in Game Pass price if that happens. I doubt it. I think, if anything, keeping it the price point it is the smartest move. I've said this for other things as well, like the Nintendo Pass, PlayStation Premium bogus. Keep a lower price, because, I mean, I'm, again, not a business major, but keeping that lower price, it's available to more people. The more people that it's available to, the more people that are going to buy into it. The more money you're making. Like, if it's more, you're going to... Because if it costs more, yes, you're going to be making more dollar per person, but if you're not having as many consumers, does it really even out? You know what I mean? But yeah. Long and the short, I don't think it's going to be as drastic as everyone thinks. I think it's still going to, like, every system's going to run its own course. Like, everything's still going to be going. And side note, I think Call of Duty's going to be dead within the next couple of years anyway. I think if Treyarch's next game is not an absolute banger, Call of Duty's over with. Like, they can support Warzone all they want, because you'll definitely have people still playing that. I have been trying so hard to re-download, like, Modern Warfare 2 and Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War and getting back into them, but I cannot. Like, it's not for me. I'm strictly zombies, and even zombies has been kind of iffy as of late, so... yeah, unless Treyarch's next game is an absolute banger, we're talking, like, solid campaign, solid multiplayer, solid zombies, then I think, you know, we kind of got to accept that Call of Duty's over. And they might have to do something like Halo did with the Master Chief Collection. That game got an update today, which, after logging in after the update, I always find games quick on that, but I'm still finding games, like, I found games way quicker today, like, after the update, and then you look up the trailer for the July 12th update for Halo Master Chief Collection, and there is a ton of comments, and, like, a ton of videos, and a ton of updates, and, like, updates as in people talking about it. Like, that is still a game that is loved, because they're not changing it. You know, they're taking a couple of the classics, putting them together, and taking care of that game. Yes, they have Infinite, but Infinite, dumpster fire. We don't talk about that. Okay, the campaign's solid. I enjoyed the campaign, but like the multiplayer in that does not feel like Halo. It feels like Call of Duty or Titanfall, which with Titanfall, not a diss. Love Titanfall, regardless. That's what I think needs to happen. I think either Call of Duty needs to do a bundle game like that, or just drop the lid. Like, it's over. But now that that's all the way, yeah, I really don't think it's going to change too much. I think we just give it some time, see what it does, and like I said, I think it'll just be a gestation period of a little bit of change, and then everything will be like it never happened. Like, not that it never happened, but everyone will be still doing what they want to do. It's not going to decimate Sony over this, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you're having a good day. If you're watching early on, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Which will be later on in the day. We'll do a gameplay video, probably Minecraft. I wanted to get this video done and out of the way. Not out of the way, but I wanted to get it done. Because, you know, everyone's talking about it, but I have yet to see somebody think about it reasonably. Everyone's jumping the gun and immediately going for the worst possible outcome of this. Or if they're solely an Xbox player, the best possible outcome, you know. Which I get the human mind tends to do on its own, but yeah, we need to split the middle and look at like reality of this, instead of just being like overly drastic about it. And again, I could be totally wrong. This whole video could be off, but I don't know. I feel like it definitely is a little reasonable. That's not just because I'm saying it, and I'm saying from a business standpoint. Like, yeah. Anyway, see ya.